Question number 8. This is always a little fun scenario question I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 3 names. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Aliyah Boston. 3 of your teammates, Aliyah, on your 3 of your teammates on the Fever.
Yeah.
Never mind basketball. Here's the scenario. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but here's the scenario. You've broken up with your boyfriend, not really, but you realize after dumping him that you left your laptop in his apartment and you don't want to see him again, and the only way you're going to get your laptop is by breaking in and stealing it back. Which of those 3 people, which of those teammates do you pick to help you do that?
I'm picking Sophie every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she would have the ability to be stealth in that situation, but also if she got caught, I think she could be really fiery and, just tell him how it is. Maybe lecture him a little bit on what he lost, and then, walk right out of there with my laptop.
It's Dave Dyer, and welcome to another episode of Tight 10 with Dave Dyer. And boy, have we got a great guest for you today. This is a long introduction, so just sit down, folks, and buckle yourselves in. My guest today on episode 20 of Tight 10 with Dave Dyer grew up in Toledo, Ohio. She was a standout basketball player at Notre Dame Academy, spent her senior year at the IMG Academy in Florida. She received over 30 full-ride Division I scholarships to play basketball in college. She chose Oregon, went to Oregon for 2 years, then went to East Lansing to Michigan State. Go Green!
Go White!
There we go. And then she was drafted 39th overall in the WNBA Draft last spring. She went to the Seattle Storm. She was there for a short while. She was put on waivers, picked up by the Indiana Fever, and she is now a member of the Indiana Fever. She's also the daughter of John and Michelle VanSlooten. John VanSlooten happens to be my brother, so this is also my niece. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Grace VanSlooten. Hi, Gracie.
Hi.
Now, let me explain the shirt. You said nice shirt. When you got drafted, I immediately went and bought a Seattle Storm shirt. 2 weeks later, you were put on waivers. You got picked up by the Indiana Fever, as I mentioned in the intro. And as much as we love you and your family, I have budget for 1 shirt a season. So we've done this. This is now a Fever shirt. So
that's good enough. I like it.
All right, good. So thank you so much for. I know you guys have a crazy, busy, hectic schedule being a professional basketball player. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to your uncle and let me ask you some stupid questions. Okay?
Let's do it.
10 questions. My first question is always a this or that question. And me being a Michigan State alum and you as well, it's very Michigan State centric. So here's my question.
All right.
Charlie Kangs or Raising Cane's? Which
Charlie
one of those
Kangs.
do you prefer? Oh,
100%.
I love you even more.
Not even
that
close.
That place was there when I started at Michigan State, well before I started. I went from 86 to 90. And that was just a standard go-to. There was a bunch of crap food places around, but you're like, you want good food? Go to Charlie King's. It's great.
What'd you get? What was your order?
I always got the sweet and sour chicken.
Okay, that one's good.
Yeah. Charlie King's is great.
It is really good. Top 3, I think.
What's your order? What do you get there?
I get the General Tso.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like
and the egg rolls.
Spicy?
It's a little spicy. I like a little spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a stand. That was always kind of, this shows you where, that was always kind of a good date place too, because you're like, all right,
really?
If I'm taking a girl there, at least we're sitting down. It's a sit-down
there
restaurant,
you go.
but I'm not going to go bankrupt, so let's go to Charlie King's. So
it is a great place.
Yep. All right, so Charlie King's, we both agree on that. Here we go. Question number 2. Growing up, obviously, I know you played a lot of basketball. That has been your, you think you went to college, you're a professional basketball player. But I also know, just from knowing your dad and knowing a little bit about when you were growing up in Toledo, you played a lot of other sports as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes.
Did you feel that was a benefit to your basketball playing? And if so, and in what way?
I do think so. I think the biggest one that helped me was soccer. That was like my main sport for a long time, way before basketball. But I just think it helps with foot speed, coordination, all the above, honestly. So I played that through freshman year of high school, and then, obviously picked basketball, but I think soccer really helped me a lot.
Do you think it also helped in the fact that it prevented you from getting burnt out on one singular sport? I know so many times, like I see parents in our community and their kids focus on one sport and that's all they do.
Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely not a fan of like the pick one sport and, stick with it. So I was always trying other sports. I ran track, I tried lacrosse. I think it's huge for not burning out.
Yeah.
I think playing one sport for the whole year is just, especially that young, it's just not good. So
Yep.
I'm a big fan of trying other sports.
Yep. Now you spent. This is question number 3. You spent your senior year at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Now a lot of us know the name and we hear the name and we all know it's associated with elite athletes and things like that. But tell me what's different about going there than going to a normal high school, and also give me one thing that you felt was truly beneficial. The first thing you think of that makes it. I'm glad I went there because I learned this instead of having stayed at a normal high school.
Yeah, I'd say the thing that stands out the most is probably just the people I met. I mean, they were like just my best friends. You're living in a dorm, you're basically in college.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in Florida, my family's in Ohio, and I'm, learning all these new skills, learning how to do my laundry, live on my own, learn how to have time management, all the things. And I think it like
Yeah.
really truly prepared me for college. So I tell everybody it's the best decision I ever made. I loved my 1 year though there. I kind of wish I would have gone there a couple years earlier, but um, definitely the best decision I've made for my career, and super happy with it. Still talk to, some my roommate that I had there and some of my teammates. So just a great decision all around.
Now let's call this question 3A. What is the process of getting into that? Are you recruited? Does somebody contact you and says, "Hey, we think this might be a good fit for you"? So what is that process?
Yeah, so my AAU teammate had gone there her junior year. We're the same year. And then for our senior year, she kind of was just like, you should come to IMG. And then within the next couple weeks, I was taking a visit down to Bradenton, Florida, and my dad was on the phone with the head coach, and all of a sudden I was enrolled there. So it was really, really a quick process.
Yeah.
But yeah, it initially started with my AAU teammate who had gone there and
Nice.
kind of told me I should check it out.
Yeah. And I like what you said about being, kind of you were on your own, and that's, learning how to take care of yourself. When I look back at my time, obviously I didn't go to IMG. I was a 5'6" lineman at Northview High School. But when I look back on my time at Michigan State and being in college, I loved what I was studying. I loved the friends I made and everything like that. But when I look back and you say, what's the biggest thing you learned about it? It had nothing to do with my major. It was everything to do with it's when I learned how to be an adult. It's when I
Yeah.
learned how to take care of things. It's when I learned how to be on time and make sure I was done with stuff. And that's truly what I got out of college is how to grow up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it was a big one for me. All right. Question number 4. You've represented the United States how many times on the U19 national team? Is it twice?
I've represented it 3 different times, all with
3
different
different
age
times.
groups.
Okay, what was that experience in like, and what was it like? Give me your impression when you started facing these teams. Basketball it's a sport that started here, but obviously globally it's expanded. So what was your biggest take on playing some teams from other countries? What was your biggest surprise about it?
Um, Honestly, I think it's just a lot more unconventional, I'd say.
Okay,
Like it's almost harder to guard because you just like don't know what move they're gonna make. It's not as like fundamentally sound, I'd say. Or maybe it's even more fundamentally sound and we just like are getting away from that in the US.
okay,
Um, but that, and then also I'd just say how physical it is. It's a really physical game. Overseas, they let a lot more physicality go than they do here in the U.S. So I'd say those two were the biggest.
okay. What team of all the teams that you've played in these tournaments? What team is consistently the toughest team to play of these other countries?
Well, the last time I played, it was Brazil. They were really
Okay,
good, really, really good. We ended up beating them in the gold medal game, but then my younger my younger experiences, we always ended up playing Canada. So
Okay.
I'd say it was always USA versus Canada in the younger groups, and then for this most recent one, Brazil was a really tough team to beat.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Question number 5. We're back to a silly question. Changing
Okay.
gears a little bit. You're flipping channels. Forget the fact that streaming exists. You're flipping channels so you can only watch one thing at one time. You can't record anything. Stranger Things is on. Euphoria. Or the old episodes of The Office. All of those things are on at the same time. Which one of those 3 do you pick to watch and why?
The Office, and it's not even close. That
Yeah.
is just my all-time favorite show. My Everybody in my family's favorite show. We quote it all the time. It's kind
Yeah.
of like my comfort show. Like when I'm like, I don't know what to put on, I just want something for background noise, I throw The Office on. I've seen every episode probably 7 or 8 times. Like it's
Okay.
just, it'll always be my show that I come back to.
Yeah. Now, being a TV snob, people always have to ask, have you watched the British version, the original version?
I have not. I don't. I
Oh,
think
it's
I don't think I want to like ruin my idea of the American version because I love it so much. I
you
don't
know
want to
what?
compare it to something else.
I'll say this, and I know your dad can back it up because he and I are both big fans. I don't think that'll happen because it's similar enough to where it'll be comfortable, but it's different enough to where it'll still be very funny. And
Okay.
the guy who plays the part Steve Carell plays is a guy named Ricky Gervais, and he's one of the funniest people on the planet. So
Okay. Maybe I'll have to
if
try it out.
if you get a chance, watch them. They're wonderful.
I will,
Okay, so
for
the
sure.
Office. That's your selection.
Yes.
Okay. This past spring, as I mentioned in your intro, you were selected 39th in the WNBA draft. You go to Seattle, and I know from talking to your dad, correct me on any of this stuff I'm wrong, you are given initially a roster spot, but you are told you will probably be moved to a development spot when there was, I think, a gal from Spain or somebody who was coming
Correct.
over.
Yep.
So that happens. You get put on the development position. However, you had just played the Indiana Fever, and I think you had done some playing that impressed their coach. And what a lot of people don't know is when something like that happens within a team, within your collective bargaining agreement, it's to your guys' benefit. You are put on waivers for 48, so you have that opportunity. If somebody wants you, you can go somewhere else,
Yep.
which is exactly what happened, and the Indiana Fever picked you up.
Correct.
So congratulations. We're all proud of you. We're thrilled to
Thank
death
you.
for you. So, but here's my question. Give me the scariest thing about that experience and give me the one thing that you've noticed going from college where you're playing college ball, but you also have academics and things. Now you're in a situation, this is your job. Give me the biggest difference and the biggest adjustment you've had to make because of that.
I would just have to go with learning how to like I guess star in my new role. I'm on the bench right now, and so I'm just really trying to learn as much as I can from the vets that are on my team, and kind of just learn from like a new perspective. Watch the game from the bench instead of being out there. So I'd say that's probably the biggest adjustment. But honestly, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm getting to work on my personal game a lot, and really love that part of it. And all while getting to travel to all these different cities and live a pretty lavish life. I'm loving it. So
Yeah. Get put up in very nice hotels and all sorts of
yes,
stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah.
What is your day like? I mean, I know you said you just got to Portland. You guys play Portland in a couple days, but give me just a general day for you as far as practice time, any other sort of things you have to take care of.
Yeah, I mean, so like when we're back in Indiana, it's normally a start time of around 9:20 in the morning, and you'll have lift, and then after lift you'll have film. From film we go to the court and we practice for a couple hours depending on what we have to get through that day, and then after that it's pretty much the rest of the day is yours. We're normally done around 1 p.m., so I've got the rest of the day to kind of just chill. I've got a pool at my apartment, so I like to sit up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so much different from college. You have so much free time. You're on your own. And, like you said, we just got to Portland and I've got nothing the rest of the day. I can just, go explore, do things with my teammates. Don't have to let anybody know where I'm going. So that's been huge. I'm really enjoying that part of it.
Nice. Are you enjoying Indianapolis?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Midwest area. I like that I'm close to home. So
Yep. Indianapolis is a city. I've been down there quite a bit because I've done a lot of stuff on the Bob and Tom show, and they broadcast out of there. It's one of those it's kind of a hidden city in that not a lot of people talk about it, not a lot of people mention it, but when you go there, you're like, this is a big city. It's a big city, and it's a really nice city. There's a lot of really nice areas. There's some great stuff downtown, some great architecture. So it's a really nice city. I like it a lot there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I had no idea at all about like the historic part of it also. Like there's, this huge memorial that I'm right down the street from. So yeah, I mean, it's got a lot that I didn't know about.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, here we go. Question number 7. You have 4 brothers and sisters, and all of you have had some quite a bit of success in athletics. Your oldest sister, Olivia, played at High Point. Your brother, Jack, played lacrosse at Seton Hill, right?
Yep.
And then Sophie was a pretty good basketball player as well, and Eli, I think, was a good basketball player as well, right? All you guys got so freaking tall. It's just amazing how tall everybody got.
I don't know how it happened.
Okay, so here's the question. Of the 5 of you, who is the best all-around athlete? And if it's you, say that it's you.
I think I'm going to have to go with me. And I actually think that they would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
You don't
really
want to
do.
explain it at all? You're just going
to... I mean,
challenge
like
it.
I said, I played soccer. I ran track. I played a little bit of lacrosse. I think I just have been able to pick things up relatively quickly. And I also like it. So I like to go out and go for a run, or I like to work out. So I think they would agree with me on that.
Yeah. I can remember when you were a little kid, you were riding a bike very early. You were on a skateboard very early, and probably earlier than most people were. So, okay.
Yeah.
So you are, let's put this down. Let's make sure we make a note. You are better than all of your siblings. We'll put
there
that
you go.
down.
I like that.
All right, here you go. Here's the next question number 8. This is always a little fun scenario question I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 3 names. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston. 3 of your teammates, Aaliyah, on your 3 of your teammates on the Fever.
Yeah.
Never mind basketball. Here's the scenario. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but here's the scenario. You've broken up with your boyfriend, not really, but you realize after dumping him that you left your laptop in his apartment and you don't want to see him again, and the only way you're going to get your laptop is by breaking in and stealing it back. Which of those 3 people, which of those teammates do you pick to help you do that?
I'm picking Sophie every day. Yeah, I think she would have the ability to be stealth in that situation, but also if she got caught, I think she could be really fiery and, just tell him how it is. Maybe lecture him a little bit on what he lost, and then, walk right out of there with my laptop.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got the feeling that was basically watching her on the court and seeing how she handles certain things. I had a feeling that she might be the one that you picked.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right. So Sophie Cunningham is going to be your co-conspirator, and you're going to be sharing a cell with her. There you go. All right. Question number 9. I don't want to sound like I'm the bearer of bad tidings. I'm certainly not. But as you well know, you're an intelligent young lady. I'm sure you know that even if you have an extended WNBA career, there is going to be a time when that ends. There's going to be a next chapter. Have you thought about that, and have you thought about what you would like to do?
I've definitely thought about it, and I've kind of came to the conclusion that I have no idea what I want to do. So I'm hoping to, play basketball as long as I can. I graduated with a communication degree and then a focus in health communication. So I am really interested in I don't know if you've heard of do you know what a Whoop band is?
No. What is that?
Okay, so it's like this bracelet type of thing that you wear, and it basically tells you your recovery, sleep, your strain for the day, activities, all that sort of stuff. And I'm really interested in that. Kind of like more the scientific side of it, just, what helps my recovery, what can I do to maximize how much sleep I get at night. So I'm really interested in all that, and I would, love to work for a company that, either if I'm researching or, doing the media for it, just getting the word out about it, I would love to do something like that. So that's all I have for now, but hoping to figure it out.
Yeah, well, you're young. You got time.
Yeah,
you got a whole
exactly.
big career.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it for a while. So.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, that's interesting because as you get older, your parents are my age or a little older. You start to pay a lot more attention to that stuff. You really do. I've got my smartwatch, my Garmin, and every morning I'm checking the graphs, how much sleep I got, how much REM I got.
Sleep score, everything like that.
Yeah. So I'm checking everything just to make sure that I'm going to be here a while. So
yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 10, last question. This is nice and easy. I ask every guest this question. What is your favorite way to celebrate a win, either professionally or personally? Something great happens on the court, something great happens personally in your life. What's your favorite thing to do to kick back and celebrate that win?
My favorite is for sure just going to dinner with my family. Like going to Michigan State, part of the reason like I loved going there is like after a win, we'd go and, hit up, I don't know if Hopcat was there when you were still there, but that's a new restaurant. We'd go there, or the Jolly Pumpkin, which is also a relatively new one. So we'd hit one of those restaurants up, and I enjoyed the family time.
Harrison Roadhouse was big when I was there.
Yep, I love Harrison Roadhouse. Yeah,
Harrison Roadhouse is great.
Absolutely.
All right, Charlie King's Harrison Roadhouse.
There you go.
On the same page.
That's
Perfect.
all you need.
All right, Gracie, that's all the questions. That's it. This was easy, painless, right?
Very easy, very.
Now tell people, what's the best way to find you? Probably through Instagram?
Yeah, probably Instagram. It's just my name, Grace VanSlooten. So
okay, and for those of you, that's my real last name too, VanSlooten. So listen, we are all so proud of you. We love watching you. I watched the game last night. Thrilled to death for you. We love you and wish you all the best luck. And keep charging away at it. Okay.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Gracie. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.